Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome out to a special edition of the JP Peterson Show. My lips aren't working because it's a little cold outside here at the Valspar Championship. Day one here on Thursday. We got an incredible field for you. We're going to be talking all about the Valspar. Their chairman, Grand Poobah, Rondé Barber, is going to join us here in just a little bit. Poolside here at the Frenchie's Cafe poolside. Great place to hang out if you're coming out to eat and drink. Of course, we always hang out at these type of places, right? Seems like it. Good morning to you, Timmy. How are you, my friend? You're supposed to be sitting right next to me here, but once again, you're not. Once again, you're not. You and Tolo are in your bedroom in Dallas.
Well, apparently it's too cold there for me anyway. Like, it's almost 60 here, and you guys are chilly. I don't want any part of that, man. I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah, it feels like this morning was in the 40s, and right now it's probably low 50s with the wind blowing. So it's a little chilly, but hey, I ain't complaining. We're working out at a golf tournament today. So my boy Scotty Fitz is here. Mike is here. Roddy will be joining us. Jeff Camus, former Bucs PR guy, now selling bunt cakes, will be here and bring us a cake. I mean, does it get any better? After this, we're gonna go over and hang out in the snake pit where they have all food and drinks, and we're also gonna watch our USF Bulls at 1:30 take on Louisville, minus Michael Brown, who's not playing. Yep. So I think that's a good day, partner. What do you think?
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah,
you should be. Yeah. Not to mention, we cruised over here today in my almost new Genesis G70.
Wow.
We went and picked one up yesterday. They gave me one to drive today. We're considering which one we're gonna buy. Man, is it sweet! Oh, so yeah, I'm just having a good time out here.
Awesome.
So we'll see you later. we got a show to do.
That's our show for today. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Hey, good night, everybody. Made you all jealous. Good night, everybody. Yeah. We're leaving. No, we do that. We do this just because we could share it with you, Petermans, right? And by the way, if you're coming out here today, we're here by the pool till noon. Obviously, Mike has found his way out here, so. You come on by and visit us and say hello, and we'll put you on the show and have all kinds of fun out here. And then we'll be watching right where the big screens are. We'll be watching USF today. So if you're coming out here to watch the basketball game, which I highly recommend, come join us, and I'll buy you a beer. How's that sound? Come on up, say hello. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, is it beer free? Yeah, I'll get you a beer. How's that? I'll get you a beer. All right, we got lots to get into today. As I mentioned, Ronda's going to join us to talk some golf. Already there are fireworks out on the course, Timmy. Sung J M went out and went birdie, eagle, birdie.
Yep.
Is that a good start? I think that's pretty good.
Really good for me, but it's good for him too.
Yeah, I think that's good for him too. So he birdie, eagle, birdie started on 10. And then 11, that's an eagle hole, obviously.
Yep.
Par 5. There's only 3 par 5s out here. Yep. So you got to take advantage. And then birdie gave one back, and then now it's back to 4 under. So Castillo is at 3 under. Denny McCarthy's at 2 under. Xander Schauffele went off this morning. Great group. He went off with Keegan Bradley, Captain Keegan, and Patrick Cantlay. They went off at 8:24, and Schauffele is already 2 under after 6. Billy Horschel, who loves this course, also 2 under. He gets to watch his Gators this week, too, play basketball in Tampa. He's having a ball. Who else we got? Brooks Koepka's 1 under through 7. So, he's been inconsistent, obviously, since coming back from the LIV, but he's played a lot of golf, and his game is getting better. I'll be very interested to see if the Florida State kid can get it done here this week at Valspar. Keegan Bradley's at 1 under, Cantlay at 1 under. But I can tell you, it's cold out here, obviously. It's a little windy. So it's challenging. There's no doubt about it. And the greens are lightning quick, and the rough is long, 3.5 inches, but it is dense rough. Played it about 3 weeks ago with Rondé, and I was asking him, like, is this what it's going to be like for the tournament? And he said, yeah. Actually, it was a little longer that day. But it's not even so much the length as the as Johnny Gerber was describing this yesterday, this type of rough is just it's so dense that the ball falls to the bottom and it's really hard to move. So like last week at Players, very similar where you hit it in the rough, you're probably only going to be able to move it like 120, 130 yards.
Yep.
So you've got to hit fairways this week. Accurate driving will be rewarded tremendously. So the winning score, I'm guessing probably in the low teens, 11, 12, 13. Maybe even in single digits. This is a tough track. That's why a lot of the guys love it. It's not a putting contest and a birdie fest out here. It's very strategic. You got to think your way around this course. It's just not pulling out the driver and bombing it. There's a lot of dog legs. You've got to get your yardages right off the tee, and then obviously on the greens as well. You don't want to be above the hole with these slick greens. Getting down grain and downhill is not a way to live out here. So it's going to be a tough test, but the guys love it. It's a fair test. The weather is going to be great all week long. A little chilly today in the morning, but it'll warm up all week long. So highly recommend you come out here to the Valspar Championship. So much more to do than just watch golf. There's still Hooters Owls Nest tickets available. The Gruden Den is out here. John will be out here all day. He's giving out stuff from his. I give a $10 donation. He'll give you something from all those boxes that he opens.
Yep.
So I think that's going to the Humane Society. So there's just a ton of stuff going on out here. You're going to see tons of celebrities. Yesterday, Baker Mayfield was out here for the Pro-Am playing. It was Baker, Ron DeSantis, the governor, Rondé, Jordan Spieth, and who am I forgetting? Who was the other one? Whoever. It was a really great group, and they had a huge gallery, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of alpha energy in there. Baker said afterwards, he's like, I'm not used to being the quiet one. DeSantis, I know, can talk. So, yeah, all of those guys. There's a lot of alpha and a lot of chirping going on in that group. Gruden was in that group, too. How can I forget John Gruden?
Good Lord.
I mean, that's a Pro-Am group right there.
That's some mouse right there.
Do we know who won in that group?
No, I didn't.
We didn't get any scores. Yeah, I saw Baker make a long birdie, but they were having a good time, and that was a very, very popular group out here. And like I said, the field is absolutely tremendous. Probably the best field, dare I say, that they've ever had. As I mentioned, Hovland kept Connors went off at 8:13, and right behind him, Xander Schauffele, Keegan Bradley, and Patrick Cantlay going off this afternoon at 1:25. Ben Griffin, Sahith Theegala, and Tony Finau. Right before them will be Jacob Bridgman, who's broke through a couple times this year. Wyndham Clark, major champion. Jordan Spieth, major champion. So that's a great group at 1:14 going off the first tee. And by the way, the 1 and 10 are right next to each other. So right out as you come onto grounds, they're right next to each other. So you can see them all tee off. Sam Ryder, Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas just 4 weeks off, I think it's just the fourth week back, coming off of back surgery, playing really well. Almost won last week at the Players. Matt Fitzpatrick obviously lost on 18 there.
Justin Thomas recovered last week at the Players after shooting 79-79.
Yeah.
The week before. He finished T8, I believe.
Or was that at API? Might have been an API.
That was at API, and then last week he finished T8 and recovered. So yeah, his game's strong coming in. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah. So it's a great field. Lots going on out here, and Rondé will be joining us to tell us even more about the festivities out here as well. All right, wanted to get to the Mike Evans story again. Jason Licht went and chatted with the media yesterday, the beat writers. I didn't get a chance to get over there, but all the necessary questions obviously were asked, and some very interesting responses. I wanted to get to some of the quotes. I guess, my feeling is that Jason kind of wanted to get out there and maybe give the organization's side of this Mike Evans story and some of his perspective. I mean, obviously, a bunch of knuckleheads out there like me talking crap about the organization. And so we want to get out ahead of that, which I totally understand. But I don't know if I heard anything yesterday that's going to significantly change my mind. I mean, obviously the organization doesn't want to, it's a bad look. It's a really, really bad look for the organization when your iconic player takes a crap ton of less money to go across the nation and play for another organization. And then when he gets there, telling everybody how awesome this place is, you know? I mean, and listen, just because he talks great about San Francisco doesn't mean he's necessarily dragging down Tampa Bay, but it's inferred. We get it. But I think what we've really found out in the past 48 hours is how little that contract is worth in San Francisco. I mean, we were talking about him getting, 2 years, $50 million guaranteed. Now that may have been a little rich, but at least I think everybody, most of the pundits, Josh Capo does a great job of this. I think he had him at about 18 million per with, close to 25 guaranteed. I mean, you talked about the contract yesterday, Timmy. It's a heavily laden incentive contract. Maybe just 14 million guaranteed.
Yeah, it's just over 14, which puts him in 30th in wide receivers in the league.
I mean, dramatically less than we thought he could get. And I think he obviously could have gotten more from the Buccaneers. They said they gave him a much better offer. So, I mean, what does that tell you? Now, Jason wanted to make sure everybody knew that it wasn't because of 3rd and 28. Let me see if I can find that quote.
Because that's the noise, everybody. That's all we're talking about, right?
Yeah. He said, I've seen that theory, but that's not it. A lot of people were frustrated, and Mike was frustrated, as competitive as he is. But probably the person that was most frustrated in that particular instance was Todd. That had zero to do with it. Mike gave us everything he had for his 12 seasons here and established himself as one of the best players in the league. So to say it again, he's one of our best players we've ever had. Said, I don't feel betrayed. He earned the right. Sometimes you think you're just ready for another chapter. I think you have to ask the Patriots if they felt betrayed by Tom Brady. Totally different deal. The Colts for Peyton Manning. I mean, that was maybe a little different, but I don't feel betrayed. He said, I feel like we did everything we could. We had a lot of talks with Mike about that. I think he made a family decision. I think it was, for them to have a new chapter. San Francisco is a very good team, so I don't want to criticize his decision right now. Okay. I mean, all that is, and I would agree with him. Maybe it wasn't that specific play, 3rd and 28, but it's what 3rd and 28 represents and everything that goes along with it. 3rd and 28 represents 4th and 14 as well, represents blowing a 2-touchdown lead that Mike helped them get against the Falcons because his defense once again went into prevent mode, went conservative, and let the Falcons come back and beat him. And I think Mike, like a lot of Buccaneer fans, are very frustrated at the way that Todd Bowles manages games. And his record is what it is. We got 8 years of him managing games as a head coach, and it ain't good, especially in one-score games. And that game was horribly managed by Mike, as was the next week's game against the Dolphins, where he got hardly any targets, in the last game of the season, where he got 2 targets. And, to me, it's not the 3rd and 28. It's all that stuff. But 3rd and 28 represents what Todd Bowles is. He's a defensive coordinator that cannot get his players to execute in the critical moments. And when he gets a 2-touchdown lead, totally goes conservative defensively and offensively and can't hold leads. And, you compare Todd Bowles to Kyle Shanahan, and I know you think differently. You're a 49ers hater, Timmy, but I mean, when you're talking about managing games and especially offensive minds, I mean, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. And yes, the 49ers are turn the speaker off so you don't react to this, Timmy. The 49ers are a premier organization in the NFL, a top 5 organization. I don't necessarily think you would put the Bucs in there. And certainly when it comes to Mike's goals of getting into the top 10 or top 5 in yardage and buttressing his profile for the Hall of Fame, where's it going to happen better, in San Francisco or in Tampa Bay under Todd Bowles? I mean, is this even a thing? And we don't even know if Baker Mayfield is going to be here after this year. If Mike wants to play 2-3 more years, are they bringing in a new quarterback in 27? Does he want to help break in a rookie quarterback? No. This is about the direction of the Buccaneers and where they're headed. Did the Buccaneers go out and trade a first-round pick to address a big need like the 49ers did with cornerback? No, they didn't. They sat on their draft picks, let all these great edge rushers go other places. Hell, Max Crosby's still sitting there, and the Bucs are sitting on their hands. So, I mean, I understand what Jason is saying, but I don't think he can really stand up to that scrutiny of, are the Bucs really going for it? Come on now. Don't look at what they say. Look at what they did. They brought in a bunch of rotational players and guys at the end of their careers. That doesn't scream, hey, we're going for it. Hey, we're going to go get one of the best corners in the league to go up against Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's in our division, like the 49ers did. That's not what the Bucs are doing. So, I mean, this is squarely on the Buccaneers as an organization, and Mike's silence about the organization on the way out is deafening to me. I mean, to write a goodbye note, which was late, and then not mention the Glazers or the organization in any way, I don't think that was a slight. I think it was basically saying, hey, I wanted to be a Buck for life. I said that when I signed 2 years ago. I want to be a Buck for life, and you guys quit on me. You quit on me. You didn't go for it. You're not trying to win. You're trying to rebuild. I'm not here for that. I mean, I might be reading this wrong, but I don't think I am.
And let's not minimize the fact, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there going, well, look, Todd Bowles coaches the defense. He has nothing to do with offense. Mike shouldn't be upset about that. The offense was just bad. Well, we already know that Todd Bowles interfered in the offense. With that,
yes.
We know that for a fact. And the fact that his targets went down towards the end of the year when he was available and he was on the field, that tells you a little something.
To get back on the field.
That tells you a little something right there. That could cause a little bit of animosity between your head coach and your star receiver when stuff like that happens. Now, will that be the case in 2026 with Robinson? Maybe not. We don't know. We can only wait and see. But the fact is, Mike had seen enough. Mike had enough, and there were bridges burned internally between him and Bowles or him and whoever it was, where he had just had enough. And he knows his days are limited in this league, and he was not having fun at the end of last year. If you're not going to have fun in this game, don't play it. And he wanted to go somewhere where he thinks he can have more fun. And you know what? I hope he does have fun in San Francisco, and I hope they go 0-17. And I hope he puts up 2,000 yards in the process. But,
I ain't rooting for the 49ers. I mean, If I get to root for Mike, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Hell yes, I'm going to root for Mike. And I want him to pad his stats as much as he possibly can. And because, listen, Tampa's always going to be home for him, I think, unless things get really – listen, I know there's a lot of fans out there that are dog cussing Mike. I don't think that's fair at all.
No.
I get it. Your butt hurt. I would be more angry at the organization than I would at Mike Evans, quite frankly. If this is, these are the choices that the Glazers and Jason Licht made. I mean, they could have done other things. They had room. They could have created salary cap room. They could have traded draft picks. They could have done all those things, what the 49ers are doing. They chose not to. And Mike had a choice himself. And he said, no, thank you. I want to win. And I respect that. I want guys like that. I don't want guys that are like okay with being mediocre. I don't want owners that are okay keeping a 500 coach. I mean, I love the Glazers. I think they've done a great job. I think this season has been a disappointment, this offseason, what they're doing. Again, and if they're going total rebuild, well, then rebuild. Trade all your players and get the draft picks and start over. But that's not what this is. It's like it's a mid thing. We're going to kind of, try to stay at 500 to win this crappy division. I mean, is that what we aspire to do? I don't know. It just I'm as high as I was on this organization last year. I've done a 180, and it's based solely on what they've done here in free agency, keeping Todd Bowles as a head coach, while other teams are being aggressive and firing coaches that have way better records than Todd Bowles because they see that it's not heading in the right direction. It's not even about the past. It's about what do you think he could. Now you look at the past to project what might happen in the future. But even teams like Buffalo are looking at their coach who was 95 and 50 or whatever it was and saying, no, we don't like the direction it's going. And, the Ravens, I mean, look at Harbaugh's record. We don't like it's gotten stale. Has it not gotten stale in Tampa?
No.
I think it has for a lot of people. And it definitely got stale for Mike Evans. And that's why he's out the door. So I don't.
This thing with Bowles or with Jason Licht choosing to speak right now about this specifically is very curious to me because he has been silent.
Yeah.
He has been off the grid this entire offseason with the exception of the combine where everybody makes themselves available, but he really didn't address anything. He didn't say anything about the coaching situation. literally the elephant in the room is Todd Bowles being retained.
Right.
After grossly mismanaging his team last year in so many areas. But now he decides to come out and sort of defend the organization against what Mike's doing. But he still has not addressed defending the organization on what the organization is doing.
Yeah, I think he did it. Well, yeah, to your point there, yes. I think he did at the Combine talk about Todd. And he said, since Todd's been here, we've won Super Bowls, as DC, defensive, division championships, all that stuff we've heard, right? And he said, we love Todd.
Right,
we love Todd. And that's that's been reported that the Glazers love Todd. They're super happy with everything he's doing. And again, I'll just say, and I respect their decision. They're the owners, right? From what I think really doesn't matter. And what do they care, right? But I think fans care. And I think the writing is on the wall that this is just not working. It's not working. And I think unless you aspire to be a 500 team, and if that's what they aspire to be, I don't think fans are down with that. Because that's what's happening. Now, did Jason come out and, well, normally when you sign free agents, right, what happens? The general manager sits down next to Alex Anzalone, right? The general manager sits down next to all these guys and they answer questions. And that didn't happen. And I wasn't there yesterday, so I don't know if there was any, vigorous defense of what they've done here in the off season. It seems to be all the conversation was about Mike.
Yeah.
But I mean, what would he say? We plugged a lot of holes. I mean, yeah, you got a linebacker, an older one. You got a rotational guy. I mean, I don't think anyone had Muhammad as the guy that they wanted as the edge rushing signing in free agency. I don't think anybody had him on their wish list. And because he's a journeyman player, and he had 11 sacks last year. That was great. And maybe I haven't looked at the tape. Maybe he fell into it. Maybe he figured something out. I don't know. But he's certainly on the downside of his career and has been a rotational player all his life. So listen, it's up to Todd Bowles to go make that work now and shut me up and all the rest of the detractors. Let's see what happens. And I don't wish them ill will. I hope they win. I hope I'm wrong again. I was wrong about Hassan Reddick last year. I hope I'm wrong about this season as well. And they go out and prove me wrong. But offensively, I think they're in really good shape. Defensively, I don't think they've gotten better. I think they've gotten worse.
Yeah,
I think they've gotten worse. So we'll see.
And the bottom line to all of this, and maybe the saddest part of all of this, especially if you're a Bucs fan and you're a Mike Evans fan, is it sounds to me like there was literally nothing Jason Licht and the Bucs could have done to keep him in town. And that is a sad, sad state of affairs when you chase off your star player, the face of your franchise, the best player you have on offense, the best player for a long time, future Hall of Famer, said he wanted to retire a Buck. And there was nothing you could do to keep him.
Loyalty is rare in this business.
Yeah.
And he's been loyal to you. He took less money to stay in that last contract, as did Chris Godwin, as did Baker Mayfield. I mean, and all these guys now, we're doing that under the guise that, hey, this organization's going to do everything they can to help us win. And that's not the case anymore. It's just not. And I don't even know how that's even debatable. I mean, what they've done in free agency is a whole lot of mid. There's nothing exciting about Gainwell, maybe. Gainwell is a nice addition, but it's, in place of Rachaad White. Is he better than Rachaad White? Listen, I think Rachaad White was a really good player. And I think he was misused a lot of times. And is Gainwell, Rachaad White had over 1,000 yards 2 years ago, I believe it was, from scrimmage. And when used under Liam Cohen, the guy can play. Gainwell can too. That's maybe it's a little bit of an upgrade, but it's on offense. So where's the upgrades on defense? Is Anzalone an upgrade on Levante David? Maybe.
Oh, I think he is. Yeah.
We'll see what he's got left in it 5 years ago. Yeah, but I don't know what he's got left in the tank. And certainly older players. He's good in coverage. I get that. So was Levante. Levante wasn't the problem, and he wasn't great, but he wasn't the problem. Servassier Dennis was the problem. You still got You still got another spot open there at linebacker. What are you going to do there? You're going to go draft a linebacker? Okay, great. we'll see how the rookie plays. And I'm okay with that. We need to get younger and faster on defense. No question about that. And God, if you go get Devin White and sign him, I swear to God, this whole freaking fan base will revolt. It'll be, forget about it.
Man, that would be just about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
look,
it would be.
Here's my deal with the players they brought in. Look, I'm higher on Anzalone than you are. I think I'm definitely higher on Gainwell than you are. My issue with Anzalone and anybody you bring on defense, even if you bring in Max Crosby, I have all the faith in those players to perform. I have zero faith in the Bucs defensive scheme utilizing those players correctly. To me, that's the bigger issue, is how Bowles is going to play these guys.
Yeah. It all comes back to Todd Bowles, all of it. And that's why when you decide to keep a coach with that record and total collapse in the second half of the season. I mean, and if you look at the first half of the season, why were the Bucs winning? Baker effing Mayfield. Yeah. That's why they were winning. It was in it some great scheme that Todd Bowles was coming up defensively. No. Baker was saving your ass at the end of every game. And that's why you were 6-2. And when that stopped, did the defense pick up and win some games? No. No. Did the defense lose games like the Falcons games? Yes. No. Yeah, the defense didn't beat Seattle, as Mike says. They got that late turnover that was a tip ball that thankfully Levante caught. But, that was Baker balling, 38 points. So, listen, it's disappointing that when your star iconic player basically turns his back on a franchise that he was really loyal to. And that's going to be my take. Let's see. Let's get to a couple comments here, and I got a little glare here, partner. So if you want to pop some up, that's good too. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to read those. Can you read those?
Yep. Let me open that. Alejandro, I know we had Ken. Hey, this is Rays related. You want to save that, or you want to go ahead and read it?
Go ahead.
I know we had Ken Hagan on the show last week, but in case the supposedly 2 commission meetings are set for April 1st and 2nd, what's the likelihood of the process speeding up with the multiple steps for it?
I think, and Alejandro, this is just me kind of reading the tea leaves here. So I don't think we're going to get final votes basically by April 1st. I don't think so. I think there's a meeting on the 14th that's probably more doable. There was a letter that Eric Hart from the TSA sent to the Rays asking some questions, and it seems like he was somewhat frustrated that he's not getting answers. And I think that's because a lot of this is changing. I think, when Ken Hagan came on last week, one of the things he kept saying was we're value engineering this. And I think that has to do with the roof and some other major parts of the development where they're trying to get the cost down, that $2.3 billion cost down. There may be some things that they have in the quote stadium costs that maybe aren't quote stadium related, that they maybe want to move out to the development. That's all part of the negotiation. No, I mean, if you read the Times and that ridiculous column that John Hill wrote yesterday, a couple days ago, the 3 dark clouds, and one of them being messaging, and I'm like, I don't get what you're talking about. I think their messaging has been fantastic on this. But if there's a lot of moving parts, and I think everybody wants everything to be settled like right now, this is happening fast, and there's a lot of moving parts, and things are changing. And so where there's frustration on the TSA's part, I get that because things are changing. They're trying to get, these numbers solidified so we can all see what the deal really looks like. And I'll just say this, it's not, I understand there's a timeline here, but we also have to be, we got to get the numbers. And there's a lot of unanswered questions that the TSA needs before they can move forward. And that stuff has got to be, asked and answered, and it hasn't been yet. So I still think we're probably a few weeks away from getting that. And I still think there's too many moving parts. And if we don't know exactly what the roof is going to look like or how much it's going to cost, we can't have a deal. So, I would not freak out. I would just say, as I told you 2 months ago, once the memo of understanding was done with HC, I said, this is going to take some time and it's going to get politically dirty. And that's where we're at right now is trying to figure out. The Rays are trying to, get what they can get. The city and the county are trying to protect the taxpayers. That's how this works in every deal. That's nothing. Nobody's trying to get over on anybody. The best thing here is I think both sides are talking. They trust one another, and there's enough money to get this deal done. It's just who's going to pay for what, when it's going to get paid for, what's going to get done, when does the money come back to the city and the county. These are all things that, like, if you go back to the St. Pete deal, and remember when after the hurricane, the Lotvilla and the county commission, Pinellas said, hey, we need to figure out how we're going to do the renourishment of the beaches if the civil engineers are going to pay for that, because that's going to affect whether we're going to bond this thing or not and pay interest. So we just need a little bit more information. The real deadline isn't for a few months, so we've got some time. So let's just table this for now and make sure we have all the numbers right. We're still going to pay for it. We're not backing out. We just have to make sure we know the best way for the city and the county to do this. Fair, right? A hurricane just hit, right? Do you need more information? And of course, the Rays couldn't stand that. They had to have everything done right now, right then. And the deal eventually blew up because of it. So, and that's what happens when you're dealing with unreasonable people that you don't trust. That's not what's going on here. So in this situation, let's take a breath, stop reading the ridiculous headlines in the Tampa Bay Times, and just wait for the process to happen the way it naturally should happen. And everybody gets all the answers. We'll get to the finish line and we'll get this thing done. So again, I wouldn't freak out about anything. This is all part of the process. And I think the Rays are just, and I know it's a little frantic right now. They're trying to get answers to big questions that take time. You know, to build something like this and have it financed and have all the answers on what everything's going to cost and when you're going to build it and when you're going to finance it and when the money's coming back in. These are very, very complex questions, very complex. And they're not something that can be, AI delivered, over Chat GPT. It just doesn't work that way. So be patient. Be patient. I still think we're in good shape. As Clendenin said yesterday or a couple days ago, and he's the one that's on the TSA board and the city council, all the numbers that he's looked at, and he's privileged for everything to see everything. He said the deal looks good, and I think we can get it done, basically paraphrasing. So, again, don't freak out. It's part of the process.
Give it time.
We'll get to the end. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, get to more of your comments. Rondé, hopefully stopping by. I know he's got a lot of things going this morning, but hopefully he'll be able to jump by in a little bit. We'll update you on the Valspar. I want to get to USF. We got a game in the tournament today as the tournament gets going, the March Madness, that tournament, and some other nuggets on the Rays as well on the field. So we're live from Valspar here. Please come by and say hello. If you're coming out to the tournament today, we'll be here, or watching the USF game later on. Please come up, say hello, and we'll buy you a beer. How about that? Back in 3. Stay with us.
Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, You do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, lots going on at Genesis of Tampa, selling amazing vehicles and doing great things in the community. And March is Gray Bull Rescue Military Appreciation Month. A portion of all vehicle purchases go towards a donation to Gray Bull Rescue, who recently saved dozens of Americans from the cartel violence in Mexico. A great organization. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Wear green, buy green, save green. Wear green to Genesis of Tampa on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, for $500 off any vehicle in stock. Buy anything green, that's green in color, cars, SUVs, you get $1,000 off. Also, buy a vehicle between March 14th and 17th, and you'll be entered to win a trip to Ireland on us. How about that? Of course, Genesis vehicles are the best in class for value, technology, luxury. And there's a National Genesis Signature event going on currently to get 1.9% financing. Limitations apply. Whether it's the G70, G80, 90 sedans, or the incredible SUV lineup, take a test drive and see what everyone is talking about. It's special. Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue. Tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, coming to you live from the Valspar Championship here. One of the greatest fields we've ever had for the Valspar. Ronnie Barber will be stopping by. He is the chairman of the Valspar here and has been for a few years and has really elevated this tournament well above what it should be, quite frankly, because we haven't talked enough about this. This is a tournament that comes after the Players Championship. Is not a signature event, so the purse is much lower than, say, the API. Most events like this, like the Cognizant down south, get a terrible field. The field that they have this week is absolutely incredible, and they've done a fantastic job. And already out there, Sanjay M is ripping this course up, Timmy. I was not
see that.
I was counting on 500. Was he 5 under now?
I've got him at 4 under.
4 under, back to 4. He had it at 5 at one point. Started birdie, eagle, birdie on the backside. So, yeah.
He bogeyed. Birdie 10, eagle 11, birdie 12, par on 13, par on 14, birdie on 15, and then he bogeyed 16. He's currently on 17, the par 3.
All right. Yeah, that's a tough. You got the wind out here. All right. I have our first special guest jumping in here. A longtime friend of mine. I'll just slide over here, jump you in. I'll get this. There we are. There's your microphone, my friend. How about that? Make sure it works. No,
Make sure it works, huh?
Yeah. How are you? This is Jeff Camus. I've known Jeff for what, 30 years now?
Yeah,
30 years.
right.
He
You met
was
when I was one.
He's the PR director for the Bucs for many, many years through our first Super Bowl and all kinds of fun stuff. We spent a lot of fun times on the road with the Buccaneers. Now you're working with Nothing But Cakes, right?
We are. I am.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. No, we're a great team. So we're out here all week. Nothing but cakes, incredible cakes. We've got about 10 different locations here in the Tampa Bay area, and partnering with Tracy and Rhonda and the team as the official dessert sponsor this year. So we're out here. Fans are coming out. We're all over the course. So if you're in the suites, we're in every suite.
Oh, nice.
Lunch service at every suite. We've got 2 locations on the course. We're over here on the back 9 over here, right by 16th tee and 18th green. And then on the front 9, we're over by the 8th green. We've got 2 food trailers.
Oh.
So fans come out, grab our cakes. We've got all 11 flavors at every one of those.
11 flavors.
11 different
Let's
flavors.
go through the flavors.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
you make me remember them?
Yep.
Oh, geez.
No, well,
This is
some
gonna
of them.
be
You're
tough.
not, it's not a
Okay.
test.
I'm going to give you my favorites. I'm going to go
All
my
right.
favorites. Okay.
Right.
My favorites, I'm going to go red velvet,
Oh,
Chocolate.
my wife actually loves the red velvet.
Yeah,
Dies for it.
white chocolate raspberry. Okay. I'm going to go, let's see, chocolate chip.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well,
gonna
can we
throw-
show the people?
Oh, of course.
What
We
do-
show them. We got our buntinis.
check
We'll
this out,
open these
Timmy.
up.
Check
So
this
we've
out.
got our delicious here.
Oh, 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 oh,
So
oh.
here's our buntinis.
Oh,
Wow.
So these are our buntinis, and we've got 11 flavors of these as well.
yeah.
And I brought you some of the lemon. I think we got some chocolate over there as well. So yeah, JP is going to be enjoying some cake all day today. He's going to be in a coma in about an hour.
What,
so,
what,
yeah.
what happened to my carnivore diet? Is it on
Yeah.
the carnivore diet?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
on there.
sure.
They just added it.
Okay,
it's
just
on
add-
there. Yeah, it's
just
been added. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go,
Yeah.
Fitzy.
Good to enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah, Fritz, enjoy
Leave
this.
him with
He'll be gone before we're done the segment. Actually. So, yeah.
JP,
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent here in the DFW area of Nothing But Cakes. I routinely go for the carrot and then the classic vanilla and maybe the lemon occasionally are my
Yeah,
3
yeah.
go.
Oh, the carrot cake too. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantastic.
So Nothing Bun Cake's headquarters is actually in Dallas. So you can you're right down the street from the corporate headquarters right there in Dallas.
Yeah.
Correct.
About
Yeah.
800 locations across the country. So yeah.
I just have to how do you get it so moist? The cake is so
Yeah,
moist.
our teams are incredible. We bake everything in house. You know, the frosting, everything is all made in house, and they do an incredible job. And you're right, it is. You could eat 25 of those. They're so good. Yeah.
I think you guys have them after the Bucs games. I think I've seen some of those out there. Yeah.
sometimes out there. Yeah. We've been
Yeah.
partnering, but yeah, love being out here. Obviously, Tracy and Rhonda, and thank you for having us on because it's great just to this partnership. And as you know, an incredible tournament. I mean, it's grown, and you've been here all these years to
Oh,
support
it's
it.
fantastic.
And, you know, it's just how big it's become is pretty incredible.
It's a party.
Yeah.
It's a party. It's not just golf. It's a party. And
Yeah.
the players, to get a field, I was just talking about the field, to get a field like this for an event that's a non-signature event in the calendar where it's at, is extremely difficult. And Rondé has done a great job.
Yes.
And Tracy West also, they build such great relationships with not only their corporate sponsors like
Right.
you guys, but with the players and the caddies as well. The
course.
caddies make their players come here because this is the best caddies
Yeah.
tournament voted every year. They love what they do for the caddies, and for families especially, because
Yeah.
there's so much to do. Kids under 12 get in free with a paid adult, so
Yeah.
it's become a great community effort.
Agreed. Yeah. Really agree with you. It's been incredible.
Yeah. So let me ask you, back in the day
Yeah.
when we were working with the Bucs,
Yeah.
what years were you there?
So I was there. I always do it by head coach is the easiest way. So I was
Right.
there for 10 seasons. Coach Junji's last 2 seasons,
Yes.
all of Coach Gruden's seasons, and then Raheem's first year. So that was my 10 seasons with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were there for the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
And what do you remember most about that night in San Diego? For me, it was just I was standing on the field and you were bringing me players one
Yeah.
right after another. Brad out. I think that was the last interview we did about 2:00 Eastern time.
Probably, yes.
And it was I just remember one after another and just enjoying every moment of not only that night, the culmination of so
Yeah.
long of frustration for Bucs fans, but
Yeah.
just the people that I got to know and
Yeah.
we could celebrate that night.
Yeah, that I agree with you. That was so special. I think was the when you think about the post-game party and all the stuff happening on, was all the people that were part of it, people like you that have been around the team for all those years. And like you said, the culmination of success and also all the things that we suffered through all those years, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I always remember, if you remember, this is an interesting thing. We were the last Super Bowl that didn't have the 2 weeks in between the championship game.
What a nightmare for you.
Right. And so all I remember, and this is why I feel like when you finally got to that party and after the game and it all finally sunk in, you finally grabbed an old fashioned or a drink and celebrated, right? And a cigar. Although you were at that point, you're ready for the press conference the next morning.
Right.
So you got to be thinking about what player you're going to have to wake up to bring him to the press conference. But
I don't think he was going to sleep, actually.
Dexter did not go to bed. But I remember just that there wasn't any time to really stop and really, you just had to keep going because we went from Philadelphia, flew home, we had the delay to get home, the fans, and the next thing you know, we're on a plane to San Diego the next day, and it just never stopped. And so at that point, it was this like, not only sigh of relief, but this feeling of like, wow, we just went through this craziest run, not only of winning, but just to your point, the coordination and the players. And we asked a lot of them, I mean, interviews, I mean, all the things they had to do, and they did an incredible job. And they were just so great. Coach Gruden, our whole team was just incredible to work with all the things that they had to do and also prepare to win a football game too, right? And so I just appreciate that. And those guys are incredible. And you're right, just to be there and be part of that is something I'll never forget. To be part of it with you, the media, and our team for that experience, it's once in a lifetime.
Well, and you got to be behind the scenes for everything, for that whole ride. And that party that night at Torrey Pines Lodge is legendary.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to stay outside. We're media. But you were inside.
Yes.
What was that like?
I mean, it was crazy. And I think for that, it was like, you never knew who you're going to run to, a celebrity, the band, whoever it was running in there. I mean, then there's Bon Jovi on the field after the game, right? It's like you walk around like, is that really him, right? But yeah, it was just, like I said, it was a lot of tears of joy and hugging. And yes, of course, we might have had a couple drinks.
Yeah,
and,
of course we did.
Enjoyed it. But yeah, that was the feeling of just being a part of it with the family and everyone you went through that season with and all the things. And, you know, even from what had happened years before, that night was just to celebrate that and finally say we finally did it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, your old boss is here, John Gruden.
Yes.
Yeah, go hang out with John and
definitely go see him.
And get all his appearances straightened out, just like you.
Unfortunately for me, I don't have the joy of doing that anymore. I mean, I will tell you this about John. You know this. One thing about him too, from that year, I'll never forget, is no matter what time it was, every Monday at 11 o'clock, the press conference.
Yeah.
We could have got home from San Francisco at 4 a.m. the night before after a Sunday night game, whatever. John's schedule and the way he organized it, there's no one better than him in terms of that. And just, you know, making sure everything he does and being able to juggle everything, right? And I remember that year. We had a lot of Monday nighters, all the things. And you know what? Every time you need him for the media, you know that he was there every time.
Yeah.
His schedule, you could count on him every time to do that. And so I always appreciate that the way he handled that in the media. And then, of course, all the things that he has to do as the head coach of the football team.
Yeah, it was a fun time, man.
Yeah.
It was a great time. And hopefully we'll be able to do it again soon.
I hope so.
Might be a little while, though.
Yeah,
we'll see.
so.
Man, thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate
Thanks for the
it.
cakes, too.
Of course, enjoy.
Yeah, 50 will probably eat all, but anytime, man. Let me grab this from you.
Okay.
And I'm going to have Tracy, you want to come out? You got time? All right. Thank you, Jeff. We're shuffling in all the all-stars here.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if you haven't had enough bundt cake.
Yeah, do you want me or do you want Marcus Greene?
Well,
Marcus is our vice chair.
all right, we'll start with you, and
Start
then we'll
with
move
me, and
on.
then we'll pass
Marcus?
on.
Yeah,
Pass
absolutely.
on Marcus.
Absolutely. Just flip that on right there if you can. Let me get it. We'll do you one at a time because I only have 2 microphones here.
Yeah.
Marcus, you'll be next. I'll get my camera here and everybody see it. How are you, Tracy? Yeah, of course I had to go get my coffee at Wawa. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So, Tracy, how are you?
I'm great.
It's tournament day.
It's day one, man.
I mean, you're the weirdest job because you work all year long for 4 days.
I know.
And you watch the calendar and look at the weather. And this year, it's a little chilly this morning, but it's going to be perfect all week.
Oh, yeah.
The Lord has shined upon you.
The Lord has shined upon us. So, no, it's going to be a beautiful week. We're very excited. I mean, you can see from the build how many people are here, not only from a corporate hospitality perspective, entertaining their best clients and prospects, but just the fans that are coming out. They're streaming through the gates already, even in the chilly morning, Thursday morning. So, no, we're primed for a great week.
How have ticket sales been?
Very, very good. Very good. Yeah.
They'll
Tampa
pick up
Bay-
because of the weekend as well, the weather and everything.
Yeah, I think once, there are definitely people that wait, right, to see what the weather forecast is going to be.
Smart.
And that's totally understandable. So, with the
And this
forecast,
year, you actually have some hospitality tickets left because usually they've they've sold out. So we've got some left, right?
Yeah. And each of Saturday's starting to get a little
Saturday's getting a little
tight.
okay.
Starting to get a little tight, but if people get on it, they'll still be okay.
That's concert day.
It is concert day, so
Yeah.
that's obviously a lot of people want to come out then. But no, we've got all tickets available still, and yeah, we expect Tampa Bay supports this event.
Yeah.
You know, this event's grown so much in the last, basically 14 years that Valspar's been the title sponsor now. And so they come out, they support it. And then that's, a lot of people always ask me, well, why do the field that you get?
Yeah, I was just talking about
why
that,
do these guys play, right? And there's two main reasons. I mean, certainly the Copperhead course, is tremendous. I mean, it's a great track for them, a really good test. I think most of the guys recognize that it's a course anyone can win, a tournament anyone can win. It's not just a bomber's course. It's great prep for them leading into the Masters and so forth. So, but the second reason they play is we have people here.
Yeah.
They like to come to tournaments that have a great vibe, have a lot of fans here cheering, a lot of respectful people out, cheering, but people that are having fun and a good time too. And the pros enjoy that.
Yeah, and the families do too. You guys do a great job of setting everything up for the families and the caddies too. You're very smart, very strategic, because this is always voted as the caddy's favorite tournament, right?
Yeah, it is. We're blessed with Valspar as our title sponsor, and not only they're the title sponsor of our PGA Tour tournament here, they're the sponsor of the Caddy Hat program all year round.
Yeah.
So there's $1 million purse. So these guys wear each and every week that they wear a Valspar hat, which you'll see on TV.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
They get a point.
Yeah.
Or a point and a half if it's a colorful hat.
Yeah.
And then we add up the points at the end of the season, figure out what each point is worth, split that $1 million purse up.
That's pretty cool.
Them.
That's really cool.
Exactly. But then we do some other things for them. We do 4 dinners a year. Obviously one this week.
Yeah.
So we took 80 caddies out to dinner on Tuesday night. Full bar, whole bar wax for them.
I bet that bar tab's pretty big.
Yeah, and we do it 4 times a year, which is great. We go out to about 15 tournaments a year and hand out gift cards. So we'll just walk up to one of our Valspar caddies on the range and say, "Hey, here's a $100, gas card or a gift card." And then there's a whole point structure that people don't understand, that they for wins. So if their player wins and they're a Valspar caddy, they get $2,500 bonus.
Nice.
If they're the caddy of the quarter, which means they were seen on TV the most that quarter.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see like Valspar caddies like right next to their guys all the time. If they're in contention.
I'm going to watch out more for that now. Yes.
We've taught them to not wear their sunglasses
over the Valspar.
Yeah,
smart.
that's like put your sunglasses
That's
in
points
a different
off.
way.
That's
Exactly.
Points off. Yeah.
So
Gotta see the logo.
$2,500 if they're the caddy that's seen the most. 25 in each quarter, and then $2,500 for caddy of the year. So lots
when
of
it comes
stuff.
to time for picking where they play, they are all like, "Hey, boss, we got to go to Valspar."
Yeah,
and the players, I mean, they know without their caddies, they're it's a challenge, and a great caddy can be such a difference. So they want to repay the caddies whenever they can, right?
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to do so.
Absolutely. I mean, again, the players set their schedules based on, okay, do I play well at a particular course? Do I like that course? Do I play well? How does it fit into how I think about my prep for the next major?
Yeah.
But then if there's a couple of tournaments that are, let's say, equal, like they could say, "Hey, I'm going to play here or here." Families start to come into play. Caddies start to come into play. So we want to treat the players really well, and the caddies, and then their families. And we do a ton for the families here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, a lot of them stay here at Innisbrook Resort, so it's super easy.
They got the greatest pool ever right over here for the
greatest
kids.
pool ever for the kids. We do a lot of things in daycare, like the PGA Tour daycare is right on site. Do face painting, balloon artists, all that sort of stuff. And then the kids, we've got, we got tickets to Busch Gardens, to Tampa, Clearwater Marina,
to the beach.
They
go to take them to the beach. Yeah.
So it's a pretty.
You figured it out. I think.
It's a pretty. We've got recruitment
down. Strategic. So very, very smart. Hey, last question for you. Tyler Wilkes, right? From Gaither?
Yes.
Is he's still in high school? Or did he graduate?
No, I think he is out. I think so.
So he's from Gaither High School.
Yes.
He qualified on Monday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really pretty funny because as the qualifier was happening on Monday, which it ended up finishing Tuesday because of weather, and so forth. But we were paying attention. It was late Monday afternoon, and I was with Rondé and John Astrab, and we were saying, "Who? Yay! Wonder who's." And we looked up, and I read the names, and Ronnie's like, "I think I know that kid."
Yeah.
And it turns out, he had been golfing at Carrollwood one day with someone, and that person said, "Look at that 12." And I said, "Well, how old do you think he was at the time?" He said, "Oh, he's probably 11 or 12." And Ronnie's like,
How about that?
I like pointed out, we saw
How about
that kid.
swing?
Yeah. So it's a kind of a neat story to have a
Jackson
local
Suber's
win.
here too,
Jackson
from Palmacia.
Suber's here. Jimmy Stanger.
Yeah.
Roots is here.
Yeah.
So Kevin Roy
Yeah.
lives in Sarasota, Bradenton area is here. So
we got a lot of locals too.
Quest. Yeah. So it's kind of fun.
Fantastic. Tracy, thank you so much for stopping
Thanks,
by.
JP.
And let's roll in.
Yeah.
Next. Marcus Greene.
Yep.
Jump on in. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, you guys
Jump
know
on
each
in.
other, right?
Yes,
JP
absolutely.
Peterson.
Absolutely.
Marcus is our vice chair.
Our vice chair.
This year and next year.
Rondé's assistant, right?
Rondé's wingman.
Rondé's we like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a bad job.
I wouldn't.
Rondé's wingman.
Actually, I've done that. I had that job for quite some time when he was working with me at Channel 8.
Yes.
It was one of my favorite jobs ever.
Yeah.
A lot of perks. A lot of perks.
Yes. And everyone likes to see Rondé, so therefore they like to see you too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
Okay.
if that was the case with me, but probably with you.
Most of the time.
Probably with you. How's this for you when you see all this come together, this years long of work that comes together like this?
Well, first of all, I give credit to Tracy and her staff. And ProLink Sports. They have been a phenomenal manager, creator of this 1 week a year magic.
Yeah.
I was just talking to one of Tracy's staff members about the fact it's like we build a football stadium for 1 week a year.
I know.
Okay.
Crazy.
Only it's spread out all over 300 acres.
Logistics must be just insane.
It's amazing. It makes it so much easier when the weather's beautiful, like
Yeah.
it's going to be this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
One of the things I love you guys have done, and boy, did it work out well this year, is embrace March Madness. We got the big screens up
Oh,
here.
yes.
So I'm going to go watch some golf after this, and
Right.
then we're all going to gather and watch USF. And their
Right.
tournament for the first time in since 2012.
Which is just awesome. And we've got the Gators playing in Tampa.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of Florida stuff going on.
Yeah.
You mentioned the local players we have in the tournament, which is awesome. Played in the Pro-Am yesterday with Brent Snedeker, and I asked him, I said, so how many years have you played in this tournament? He goes, it's probably 20.
Really?
And he goes, any chance I get to play the Copperhead and the condition it is during tournament week is a pleasure.
And that's because it ain't easy now. You know, it ain't easy.
No, it's pretty.
I was
but
out
it's
here
hard.
a few weeks ago. That rough is
no
joke.
Believe me, yes. So on Monday I played. And
how bad was it on Monday?
Well, I figured out on our second hole, number 10, because on 9 I didn't get it in the rough. On 10 I did, and I didn't get it out. And I said to the caddy, okay, next time you see me in here, hand me a pitching wedge. I'm just going to chip it out.
Or a backhoe. You might need a backhoe.
or a weed whacker.
Yeah, weed whacker, something like that. You're going to need a tool. So it's just it's kind of like last week at the Players, and that's how golf should be, right? If you miss the fairway, there should be a penalty.
Right. And but the professional players really enjoy the golf course because it is a challenging but fair layout.
Yeah. So tell me about what other things people can do out here besides just watch the greatest players in the game.
Well, you mentioned the new activity location between 9 and 10, the turn, and Coach Greene will be there for part of the time. And we've got big screen TVs.
Yes.
We've got the Publix Chill Lounge and Family Fun Zone.
Love that.
We've got so many food activities over near the Owl's Nest yesterday. I noticed one of our favorite pizza operations was back. So there's
Which
all
one?
kinds of food. There's a pizza truck over there.
Oh, I love my pizza truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the food out here is fantastic.
Yes.
We got the bun cakes. We got those. and
Yes, we do.
And we got, which,
Cat
I don't know,
Creamery.
Tracy, are there any left? I know.
Yeah,
Frenchies?
we have Frenchies.
The sea crab soup would be good right about now.
Yes.
It'll warm me up.
And,
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
grouper sliders.
Oh, the grouper sliders.
Yes. Yes.
So food options. There's a few drink options out here too as well.
Right, and then there's this concert thing going on
Oh,
on
I cannot
Saturday
wait.
night
We
where
got
we
Tyler
have
Hubbard and
Lee Bryce. and they're
Dave Rice.
each playing a set. So you get I like to say the BOGO.
Yeah.
You get 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And
The weather's going to be perfect.
the weather
It'll be
and
just at sunset, gorgeous sunset, country music.
and you don't have to
golf.
walk far from the golf course
No.
to get to the concert.
No.
Yes. So lots of great food, entertainment, family fun stuff all weekend long. And I'm fully expecting that we're going to crown an awesome champion on Sunday
Oh,
afternoon.
yeah. Then there's golf. The finish last year with Victor
And JT
Oh, my
was
God.
amazing.
it was just shot Victor hit on 16, and he was like, "Oh, my irons are awful. I can't get." And he hit 2 of the greatest iron shots on 16 and 17. I mean, it just money shots. So the finish was fantastic. Usually comes down to the last hole.
I read a bit of Victor's commentary about this week last night, where he was talking about that he's played a lot already.
Yeah, he has.
But he said, my game's in good shape
Yeah.
for the Copperhead.
Yeah.
He said, and I wouldn't miss defending my title.
Yeah.
So
he's a betting favorite. He's a betting favorite. We had a back-to-back with Sam Burns a couple of years ago in 2021, I believe it was. So now we got, I think there's a good chance that Victor will be there on Sunday afternoon. And JT maybe, the way he was last week.
Or Jordan, who's playing much better. And
Sanjay M went out eagle birdie this morning.
Very nice.
Yes.
Connors just had 2 eagles in a row.
2 eagles in a row? Corey Connors?
Back-to-back eagles. Corey Connors right
Which
now.
holes?
I think
Yeah.
5.
Of course, I had to ask you that, right? Yeah.
5 and 6.
Maybe not 5.
Well, he's
Have 2 back-to-back.
well, then he holed out from somewhere, from the fairway, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
JP, Corey Connors eagled 18 and then eagled 1.
Eagled 18?
Yeah, and then eagled 1.
Wow. We did
He
hear
holed out
Rory
on his
a minute ago.
he holed out on his approach shot.
At 18.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That is,
And then he must have knocked it on in 2 on 1
Yeah,
and
yeah.
made the
Yeah.
putt.
which
Eagle
is the
par,
ones
eagle.
into the wind this morning.
Yes.
So guys are getting home into the wind this morning? Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, this just in. They really hit it good.
Well, and someone asked me what I predicted for the winning score, and I said, well, it depends on if the wind blows or not. If
Yeah.
the wind blows, it's low double digits. If the wind doesn't blow, it's higher.
I think it's going to be 13. I'm
I
calling 13.
think that lucky
13's the number.
13.
Lucky
There we
13's
go.
You get the 13.
It's a baker's dozen of
Yeah,
bun cakes.
I think you. I'm going to gain 20 pounds this weekend. It's going to be awful. It'll be awful. It's fun, wonderful, but awful.
But
at the same time.
it's a golf vacation this week, so
Yeah.
the calories don't count.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All
All right.
Tell my stomach that.
Okay.
Marcus, thanks so much for stopping
JP,
by.
thank you.
Appreciate
So
it.
great to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having us out here.
Yep.
My favorite day of the year. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get to watch golf and basketball today. This is fantastic.
Go Spartans.
Go Spartans.
Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
4 p.m.
All right. Who are they playing?
I don't know.
There you go.
know my
Actually,
Spartans are playing at 4.
If USF,
get
I
it.
think they're in USF's bracket. I think so.
Could
We'll
be.
have to beat. Well, sorry, they're going to lose second round.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. All right. Bye.
See you, Tracy. Thank you. All right, Timmy. Let's hit a break here. We'll come back on the other side, and hopefully, maybe Roddy will stop by. I know he's really busy today. Of course, we had him on Friday, so all good. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, talk a little Rays baseball on the field. How about that? We can do that, and a little bit more Bucs chatter, and we'll get to all your comments as well. We're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Listen, I went in there yesterday, and we're gonna get one car. I want to get a one of these incredible SUVs, the GV70, and so I drove it, and I was like, this is magic. I want this car so bad, but and then I realized like the value that I'm getting. I didn't think I could afford it, but they made it so I can afford it. I got a great deal, and we're gonna hopefully consummate this. And it was so good that Ashley said, I want one too. So we're gonna have FanStream 1 and FanStream 2, Timmy.
Nice.
On the back of the license.
Which
plate.
one's which?
Come on now. Of course, I get number 1.
Okay, just checking.
Not around here, so we're good. Yeah, so I think we're gonna get 2. I mean, just tremendous, and what a buying experience. And Jordan and John and all the guys over there could not be nicer. Just fantastic. So a great experience. Head on over to Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275 in Bears right there. If you're looking for a used car or a brand new car, their lease specials are unbelievable. But the treatment you get will be absolutely VIP and special. So tell them JP sent you, Genesis of Tampa. All right, back in 3.
Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here live from the Valspar Championship. We got day one going on right now. Sanjay M at 4 under par was the leader just moments ago. I have not updated that. Timmy, I sent you a little video from the 10th tee, I believe, if you want to throw that up at some point.
Okay.
We'll get to some of the comments here as well as we roll on. Brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Been with us for over 15 years on the program. I've been with them for longer than that. Homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, business insurance, flood insurance. They do it all, folks. And the best part about it is the customer service. I know most of you probably just call a 1-800 number and get very, very frustrated. That's not the way it works at Italiana. You call them, a human will answer. They'll get you another human that speaks great English and knows the local area. They live here, they work here. So it's a great advantage, and you're not spending any more money. You're actually getting less. You're getting customer service and saving money. That's what they do. 813-877-7799.
JP, your leaders right now, Sung J.M., well, your leader now, Sung J.M. at 5 under through 9. Corey Connors has cooled off. He bogeyed. He's now back down at 4 under, tied with Brant Snedeker at 4 under. Just one shot back. Denny McCarthy at 3 under. Alex Smalley at 2 under.
Yeah, aforementioned Brent Snedeker played here 20 years. Yeah.
By the way, Tyler Wilkes, you guys were talking about Tyler Wilkes. He's 24 years old. He's not in high school.
24. Okay, so he's been out of high school for a while, but from Gaither High School. Where did he play his college golf? Do we know?
Florida, University of Florida.
He's a Gator. All right, a lot of Gators in the field here that are going to enjoy watching their Gators play here. 9:30 tomorrow night at Benchmark International Arena. Fine, $1 fine there. 9:30 or 30 minutes after the previous game ends, so it could be late. Why the one seat should be in the 7:30 realm?
You would think.
Yeah, and we don't even have. I didn't realize this. I don't do the game schedule times until the first round is done, so we don't have times for the game on Sunday yet because I want to be.
They want to know the matchups. They want to know what the matchups are first.
Right. See what's in prime time. Do they do Sunday night games? Or are they all in the day? I'm hoping it's a night game so I could be out here for the final round and then head over to Benchmark to catch the Gators. Who they're playing? Are they playing Prairie View or Lehigh? I forgot to look that up. To see
just a minute, I can tell you here.
I mean, it shouldn't be much of a challenge if they have a problem with either one of those teams. They won't, so they'll roll into the second round and they got a really good.
Michigan State's playing North Dakota State. We heard Tracy. Was it Tracy that mentioned mentioned them off camera? I'm not seeing. Let's see. We got the Aggies in St. Mary's tonight, and the Longhorns in BYU tonight.
That'll be a good one. Yeah.
Duke and Siena. We talked about that, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, this
Ohio State and TCU tonight or this morning. Probably about to. Yeah, probably they're about to tip off right now.
We're about to get this thing going in a little under an hour.
South Florida, Louisville at 1:30.
1:30. That's going to be a good one. Louisville without Mikael Brown, who has a back injury, and Louisville lost in the quarters at the ACC tournament, 78-73 to Miami. So a lot of people picking the upset here for South Florida, and obviously we've talked a lot about this week. We had Jim Lighthall on yesterday, and we've watched this team all year long get better. Brian Hodgson coaching in his own hometown there at Buffalo. They've got Canadian kids on this team, and I'm sure they'll be bringing a big faction across the border to watch them. So they might have a little bit of a home court advantage up there in Buffalo, and not that they need it because they're just an excellent basketball team. I'm going to say this: if Wes Enos and God, I'm blanking on the other guard's name. If those two guys, Pinion, if those two guys can they're about 40%, 37, 38% 3-point shooters. If they can hit that number, this team is going to be almost impossible to beat. If they can hit 40%, 38, 40% from three, because they take a lot of threes, as does Louisville. Louisville, I think, is one of the leaders in the nation in taking threes. But the USF perimeter defense, we talked about this yesterday, has been really, really good. They've picked it up tremendously in the second half of the season. So when you look at the matchup, Louisville wants to play slower. USF wants to get it up and down the court. You look at the matchup. There's two high-scoring teams, but USF is much better defensively. So that's where you really feel like that's where this game is going to be won. If their perimeter defense can play like it's been playing and pick up shooters, and they're so well coached. That's the thing is this USF team, Hodgson does such a good job prepping his team. They know where the three-point shooters are. They know how they like to get them the basketball, and they're going to be prepared for that. Their perimeter defense has been really, really good. So I love this matchup for them. I think drawing Louisville, especially with their injury issues, because Brown scored 45 points against NC State earlier this year. I mean, that's a guy that you can see, a freshman that will just, he's going to be a first-round pick in the NBA. He can flat out take over games, but he ain't taking over this one because he ain't playing. So USF is healthy. They're peaking at the right time. I think Lighthall said that yesterday. I think it was a great point. They're playing their best basketball. They dismantled every team they faced down the stretch. They haven't had a close game in probably a month and a half. That's how good they've been playing. So I'm excited to watch them play, and I think it'll be fun out here with the golf, because basically where the large screens are, it's between 18 and 10. So hope it doesn't bother the golfers when they're seeing it off.
They may be trying to watch.
Yeah, they might be.
You got money on the games. By the way, Florida has Prairie View A&M after they beat Lehigh last night, 67-55. That game will be Friday night.
Yeah. So not much of a challenge there for the first round.
I don't know. Give me Prairie View A&M. Dante Horn scored 25 last night. I'm taking Prairie View over Florida.
Okay. How many points I got to give you?
0. Straight up, man. Straight up.
Deal. All right. Hey, let's get to some of the comments, shall we? You're going to have to punch them up and read them because I can't really see them with the glare here. I apologize.
Let's see. Want to go back to some Bucs stuff?
Absolutely.
Thomas Casper. Thomas Casper's got some opinions today. He said,
yes, he does.
Mike was being a drama queen. Bye-bye. I don't know that he's being dramatic. I don't know.
I don't either, man. Come on, Thomas.
He also says the Glazer clan are sandbagging Bucs money for a rebuild with Sean McDermott, who they begged to sign this year.
Listen, I like that. I like that thought, and that may be what the Bucs are doing. And
it gives you some purpose to what's happening, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, it is. Listen, it's not a might be. That's what they're doing. I don't know if it's Sean McDermott. I don't know if that deal's already done. I have no idea, but I think that's what's, if I'm, and of course Jason Licht's not going to come out and say, hey, we're tanking this year, or this will be Bolts' last year, and we're going to have a new coach and a new quarterback in 27. Like, I don't think he's going to come out and call a press conference for that. So you got to kind of read between the lines, and I think Mike felt betrayed. I think that the messaging from this team was, hey, we're going for it, and we will be going for it. But that was for the last 2 years. Now, this is a new cycle, and things change. And if the organization is made up their mind that, hey, we're going to rebuild, we're going to go get a quarterback in 27, we're not going to extend Baker. If that's their plan, which it looks like it is, or either that or the Glazers are selling the team, then I'm okay with that, sort of. Now, I'll say with a caveat, I don't think you should ever rebuild unless you absolutely have to. Like if you're in a situation like the Dolphins, you signed a horrible contract with Tua. The Broncos were in that situation just a couple of years ago with Russell Wilson's contract. If you make a horrible mistake like that and you're just on the down end, rebuild everything, okay? But I think that's the only time you rebuild. You look at I look at the Bucs and the Rams in a very similar spot this year in terms of salary cap and needs. They needed to go out and get 2 corners, and the Bucs needed to improve their pass rush, get a inside linebacker, and an edge rusher. And had they gone out and got Devin Lloyd and Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson, I think they would be right back in it. With, I would say, easily the favorites to win the South and then get in the tournament and see what happens. But to do this, what they're doing now, in what is going to be Baker's last year, and keeping Todd Bowles, that's not the way I would have played it. I would have gone out and got a new coach, and I would have added those 2 players on defense, brought in a new DC, and been right back in the hunt. And I think that was a possibility. I think that was a choice that the Glazers could have made, and they chose to do this. And it's not. Who could look at this and honestly say they're trying to win this year? How is that? Is that even debatable?
Yeah, There's no shot. And, you mentioned Denver and the Russell Wilson situation. Don't forget, that was the old ownership that signed that contract with Russell Wilson. And then the next year they sold is when the Walmart clan came in and bought the team. And they were like, screw this. And they basically ate, $80 million or more of his contract. And if you look at it, it looks like it's turned out pretty well.
Oh, fantastically.
Oddly enough. So
and that was, we saw what they were doing. I don't know if they announced it, but it was obviously clear what they were doing. They were rebuilding. But they went out and and they got Sean Payton as well.
Yep.
But that was I think that was the old group, or was that the new group?
No, that's the new group. That's the new group.
Yeah. So if that's what the Bucs are doing next year, okay. And I think that's what it is. But you just can't say it. But again, I don't think they were in that position that they had to do it. I think there were options, and if there are options, and I think if they get a new coach, especially if they would have hired an offensive-minded head coach, I think Mike Evans is still here.
Maybe so.
Obviously he would have played for a hell of a lot less money, and it would have been an incentive-laden contract. I mean, if the Bucs could have signed him to that deal San Francisco signed him to, absolutely easy. So that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not where we're at. So Thomas, I don't think Michael was being a diva. I think Mike did what Mike should have done, frankly. If this is what the organization is going to do, he ain't sticking around for that. No way.
No.
And I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. And another interesting tidbit to that Denver thing is, as soon as you think about all the bad luck they've had with quarterbacks since John Elway retired, well, John Elway was in the front office running all of that stuff, picking those guys, Paxton Lynch. As soon as John Elway left the organization, left his spot in the front office, look, they found a quarterback. Ironically enough.
How about that?
So all of you guys that are out there that want your former players to come in and be GMs, sometimes it works, John Lynch. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it depends on the person.
Cowboys,
I would never peg John Elway as being a great general manager.
No.
I don't think he's not he's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. Can I say that?
How he got into Stanford is still beyond me. I don't get it.
I think we know how he got
into
Stanford.
Yeah.
Has something to do with that rifle right arm of his.
Yeah, baseball and football, by the
way. John Lynch, brilliant guy. Like really brilliant. Knows, just a super smart guy. Number one, brilliant guy. His father, he grew up in a family that ran sports radio stations and radio stations in San Diego. Super smart guy. I mean, because obviously anybody who's in radio is super smart.
Obviously.
So, yeah, I mean, John Lynch was destined to be. I think Rondé would make a phenomenal GM, but he's too smart for that. He don't want to work that much. He plays too much golf. Much better chairman of a golf tournament than a GM for his lifestyle. But maybe that'll change as his kids get older. But I think he would be a brilliant GM and a great resource for the Buccaneers for sure. Derek Brooks, I think, would be a brilliant general manager. And it just takes. But John Elway, nah. Don't think that was ever a good.
And Cowboys fans have been clamoring for Troy Aikman to be a GM in Dallas for years and years and years, and I don't get it. Now he's doing his thing in Miami. He's not technically the GM, but he's supposedly flexing his GM muscles for the Dolphins right now. So we'll see if that gets him anywhere in a front office. Won't be in Dallas. Rick wants to know, JP, you have your own gallery?
I do.
Out there today?
Yeah. Mike Holcomb is here. Fitzy's here. Yeah. Another eagle for him. What's that? Sanjay? Yeah. Geez, eagles flying all over this place. There actually are eagles, bald eagles all over this place.
They're all over the place, literally.
Yeah, they are. Ospreys. One of my favorite moments, we were at the Hooters Owl's Nest a couple of years ago, having a few pops, eating wings, betting on closest to the pin and everything. And an osprey, there's a big lake right in front of 14, is it 13? Right in front of 13 is a big lake that you got to hit over. And this osprey comes down and dives in and grabs a fish, right? So he's up and he's over the lake, like circling. I guess they circle till the fish dies or something and take it to I don't know how that works. So and the players are waiting to hit because he's like right at the altitude where their ball would go and over. So and the Osprey's just like, and the crowd's going nuts. He's got the big fish and the Osprey.
Yeah.
It was something I never thought I'd see at a golf tournament. So anyway, so we started wagering
Circle
on
of life.
when the fish is going to drop. So.
By the way, Corey Connors, after his eagle on 18, his eagle on 1, has bogeyed 2 and bogeyed 3.
Oh, yeah, 2.
So he's back down to 3 under.
2, 3. I hate 3 is like a hard dog leg right, and you got water on the right, and what you got to hit like a 3-wood or a 2-iron or a hybrid off the tee, and then you're gonna have a 200-yard shot in. To a devilish green that kind of flows away from you. It's a very, very difficult hole, one of the toughest ones out here. So, but a great hole to watch the strategy of how guys play that hole. So, all right, you got some more comments there we can react to?
Alejandro, we lost your camera, by the way.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Alejandro says the irony is that it is an Uno reverse card on us Buccaneer fans because Mike leaving is the same as when Brady left the Patriots. I'm sure Brady talked to Mike and gave him advice on the situation. I don't know about that. I'm not sure if Mike sought advice from anybody, but I guess the possibility is there. Danny Boyd chimes in. Good morning, gentlemen. I love nothing but cakes. It's a delicacy, man. I'm not going to lie. Ashley likes the, as you said, JP, she likes the red velvet with the chocolate chips in them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is a favorite. That is definitely a favorite. The red velvet. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Nothing but they'll be out here. I think he said 8 on the backside of 18. You're looking for some bunt cakes. Go ahead, Fitzy. Have another.
Yeah, I can't have any or anything.
No, you cannot. All right, what else we got coming?
Aviation with a hot take, and I think you're not alone in this. Mike was part of the problem. Best ability is availability. He certainly was part of the problem. 11 games started the last 2 seasons. I can see that as an issue, but when you have the track record that Mike Evans has with the organization, he's allowed some leeway with injuries and things like that, especially at his age and what he has contributed in the past. And you would think he certainly deserves better treatment than whatever it is he got from the organization or from whoever it was that sent him packing. For sure, you would think that.
I mean, to say Mike was part of the problem, guys get injured, that's part of the game. Listen, nobody was sitting here saying, oh, we got to have Mike back. That we can't win without him. I was not saying that. And I didn't, we got to pay whatever we have to pay to bring Mike back. I was never in that camp.
Right.
Because of the hamstrings. I get it. But if you're going to let Mike walk, and again, it wasn't just the fact that Mike walked, it's why he walked. Why he walked is because this organization is not serious about winning this year. They're just not. And that's the problem. And I don't put it on Mike again. And I certainly don't think he was being dramatic or being a diva about it. And if they'd have gone and taken that money and used it on Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson, we'd be a better football team. No question about it. Would I trade Mike Evans for an elite edge rusher and a guy, one of those two guys who wants to win and makes your team better and more balanced on the defensive end? Yes, absolutely. And that signals to me that you're serious about winning, and you understand that sometimes you have to let icons move on in order to be. It's like Lightning did with Jake Gensel and Steven Stamkos. You have an opportunity to get a better player with that money, and say you hate saying goodbye to an aging icon, but that's your job is not to have a celebratory run for his glory years while he's a minus 18. I mean, I hate saying that about Steven Stamkos, but that's the general manager's job is to win games. And they made a tough decision and replaced him with a younger player who's been more productive. And if that was the case with the Bucs drafting Emeka Egbuka and then spending that money on an edge rusher, I'm all for that. But that's not what they did. They let Mike walk, and they went and got a rotational guy from Detroit. That's not serious about winning, and kept a 500 coach.
Nathan
Next question.
says he spoke to a Lions fan, and they're upset about losing Anzalone and Muhammad. They still value him in Detroit, but I didn't see Detroit throwing money at him either. So
Yeah.
that might tell you a little something there.
Yeah, they're going to probably use that money on a younger, faster, better player.
Rick says, we all wish Mike more success in San Francisco. However, he pulled a hamstring while walking away from the Bucs.
Nicely done. Well played. Well played. Yeah, I mean, look, again, that's one of the reasons we weren't going to pay him a ton of money. But I'd rather have Mike on this team. Does Mike make this team a better team this year? Absolutely. Absolutely he does. He's your number one red zone target. He's still your number one receiver. And he was getting ready to have a tremendous season last year.
I think so.
If he doesn't break his collarbone, probably does.
Yep.
Probably does. Because the hamstring thing, was maybe it might have been a couple of games and he come back, but, we don't know because he had to sit out for the collarbone.
Yep. And the concussion.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Unfortunate.
Take a break.
All right, let's take a break. We'll take one more break. We'll come back. We'll update the leaderboard for you. I want to talk a little Rays on the field as well as we get closer to opening day. How about that? It's a week away. What does this lineup look like? We'll do that when we come back. We're brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC. They also do AC with American Standard Heating and Cooling. They're partners. So to get your unit performing at its peak performance, which you're going to need for the hot summer coming up, give them a call and get the maintenance special. It's $169 for the year. You get 2 visits where they'll come in and top off the fluids, drain the pipe, all that stuff. Make sure your unit is working perfectly. And if you need a new one, they'll be able to price that out for you as well. Get you a perfect unit, American Standard Heating and Cooling, the most efficient and best brand. That's thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they do AC as well. Back in 3.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey, lots going on at Genesis of Tampa, selling amazing vehicles and doing great things in the community. And March is Gray Bull Rescue Military Appreciation Month. A portion of all vehicle purchases go towards a donation to Gray Bull Rescue, who recently saved dozens of Americans from the cartel violence in Mexico. A great organization. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Wear green, buy green, save green. Wear green to Genesis of Tampa on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, for $500 off any vehicle in stock. Buy anything green that's green in color, cars, SUVs, you get $1,000 off. Also, buy a vehicle between March 14th and 17th, and you'll be entered to win a trip to Ireland on us. How about that? Of course, Genesis vehicles are the best in class for value, technology, luxury. And there's a National Genesis Signature event going on currently to get 1.9% financing. Limitations apply. Whether it's the G70, G80, 90 sedans, or the incredible SUV lineup, take a test drive and see what everyone is talking about. It's special. Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue. Tell them JP sent you. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source Diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there.
Sunshine State, where the storms roll in. Gotta keep your roof strong to never give in. From hurricane winds to that summer heat, pitch roofing's here and they're hard to beat. From shingles to metal, they got the skill, fixing up your home with a builder's thrill. When your roof's in trouble and you don't know who to call, just remember Pitch Roofing, they'll cover it all. Pitch Roofing, roofing done right, keeping you safe day and night. In the Florida sunshine, the stormy skies, Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Hold on, we just went live. Hold on.
Producing on the air.
What we're doing? No, Rick just showed up and he's got some great story for me. And then we're going to go to 50. So we got all the stars here. All right. So
in the space,
Rick Odios, ladies and
hi.
gentlemen.
Hello, folks. In the space of 3 holes, if you were following the Hovland, Koepka, Connors group, you would have seen two things you've never seen before. On the 17th hole, Victor Hovland went into this short rough just off the par 3 green and tried to use his putter and left the putt still in the rough. Ooh. Back,
Putter from the rough?
Putter from the rough. Still in the rough with his putter. He holed it.
He holed it. Of course he did.
For par.
Of course he did.
So he made a par in which he used his putter twice.
From
but
the
is
rough.
officially charged with no putts.
With no putts.
So then Corey Connors comes to the 18th hole and jars one from the fairway for an eagle.
How far out?
I don't know, 170. I don't know.
170?
I know he did it. And then he goes to the first hole and eagles again. So he makes back-to-back eagles.
Where's the pin on 18?
Where's the pin on 18? I don't know. I was at the grandstand when
Where's the pin on 18? Yeah, okay.
But anyway,
it's always a tough pin.
Back-to-back eagles, use a putter twice, no putts.
Any other highlights out there? Sanjay M went birdie, eagle birdie.
Sanjay M is our leader. Last time I looked,
Sanjay M just eagled number 1, so he is down to 7 under.
7 under?
Yeah. 7 under.
Sanjay?
2 eagles and 4 birdies and 2. But wow. Sanjay spends a lot. He used to spend a lot of time here. I've seen it out at TPC, right?
Right. I think so.
Yeah, he lives in the area sometimes.
And then again, to show you the kind of things you can get at the turn with John Gruden, I have 4 hats.
Oh, wow.
4 random hats that I personally donated to the Humane Society for.
Oh, nice. So you pay $10 and he gives you something from with all the boxes.
$10 and you can go into these baskets and fetch around to see what you know.
North Dakota hockey. Oh, you can take your pick.
Dude, I would love to have that North Dakota hockey hat.
Some kind of Buccaneers.
Some kind of Buccaneer hat there. I don't know. If you know that logo, let me know. Well,
is that Lobos? I think
the New Mexico State.
East Carolina?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Something different. No,
but I don't think that's their colors.
No, that's not their colors.
I don't think there's the colors.
I think
yeah, they're purple.
It might be something like Norfolk State
This is celebrating
some Cougars.
the Palmacia Bar.
I don't know. I don't
Go
know if
Cougars.
those are Washington State Cougars. Or
I must have got
Southern
thrown out of the
Cougars.
club for that.
But anyway, it's just kind of cool. You can get random stuff in the at the turn with John Gruden.
So there you go.
Okay,
all kinds of things.
that's all I got.
That's good stuff. Rick Odioso stepping in right there with some great stuff. All right, sit down, Fitzy. Fitzy's up next. So Fitzy's my on-course reporter out there. What did you see out there?
Great day. I mean, the best spot is come out here and hang out between 1 and 10 tee box, because you could flip over and watch 3 guys teeing off on the 10 tee box, and then the 1 tee box is literally like 20 yards away, so it's like really close, and then you could follow and go up the 1 hole. But great day out here. The weather's awesome. You guys want to come out and watch basketball? The Gruden section over there, they've got a big screen TV set with the golf and all that. There's TVs and stuff like that, so you're not going to miss anything out
all
here.
The Barstool boys will be over there as well.
Yep, they're all
That's
set
fun.
up over there. I think Rondé, and then Mike Allstott's got something 1 to 1:30.
So he'll be over there.
Yeah, he'll be at
signing autographs?
Barstool. Yeah,
Cool.
the
That's right.
Barstool
He'll be
section.
doing the
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Absolutely. Super fun. So you just got back from the Lou Holtz funeral.
Yeah, incredible.
Coach Strong was
Yeah.
in yesterday talking a little bit about that on Wednesday.
It was amazing. They had
Pull that up.
for Coach Holtz in South Bend, Indiana. Of course, it was snowing the last couple of days there. It was really cold weather, but we got in there and it was basically a whole weekend. And they had the ceremony on Monday. So they did the at the church there, Basilica, right on campus. The night before they had a visitation. I think there was 5,000 people that went through the line during the evening for the visitation. The next day was the mass at 1 o'clock, and then the celebration of life was in the afternoon at Notre Dame Stadium. And but it was just a who's
Like
a
a who's
who.
who
You can
college
football. I mean, you name it, and they were there. In fact, we were with some friends that said DeSantis and Urban Meyer were in a plane that got hit by lightning and had to turn back around. So they were heading up there too.
Wow.
But it was a really, really neat event. And after the church we walked through, they were buried on campus. And it was
his wife, right? How side by
side, and it was about a mile walk there, and then we went to the facility afterwards. So just a great weekend. And the amazing thing, I mean, there was players. It wasn't just Notre Dame. I mean, there was players from William and Mary, from Arkansas. There's players from Minnesota and
South Carolina.
The whole weekend was really about telling stories. I mean, we went out that night with my brother was the strength coach for Notre Dame for 2 years, and he ran into a bunch of his players, and it was story after story after story, and he was a funny man. Amazing speaker. I mean,
tell your story about the great FSU Notre Dame game of the century, 1993. You were there.
That was 1993. I was a year out of college.
Yeah,
so you can imagine.
Drunk
I was still in all night mode, and actually,
don't tell me about the story.
I can't tell all the stories about
the bathrooms,
taking the cheerleader home at 5 a.m. No, we won't go there.
No, the better part is, how do we say this tastefully? So in the Notre Dame bathrooms back in '93, if you had to pee, it was a trough.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you had to do something else, it was just toilets.
Yes. Oh,
no
we're not going to go there, are we?
No stalls.
We're not going to go there. You're going to shame me?
Wide open.
You're going to shame me?
So if you had to.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. We'll skip that story, but one of the,
when you gotta go,
you gotta go. Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Actually, probably the most surreal moment from that time though was so that game of the century. It's pretty much Sports Center. Everything was there. Corso was there that whole weekend, so it was just a big deal, big game, and everything. But probably the coolest experience I had was after the game. Even though my Knowles lost,
you needed a ride home.
And actually, I drove. Just Coach Holtz and I left the stadium together.
Just the two of you.
Yeah, just the two of us left the stadium. We were going to an after party that my brother-in-law Skip was having, and my sister at their place. And Skip said, hey, hop in with, drive over with my dad. So we get in the car. We get in the car, and he looks over and does his Lou.
Hey, sorry about your nose today.
Yeah.
Tough day for you, Scotty, but that's how it goes.
So it was kind of a surreal moment. We're pulling out.
Don't worry,
stadium.
we're going to lose to Boston College next week, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. He was still mad about that for years.
Oh,
yeah, every time I would see him, he'd have to bring up that game. So
it's being nice to Bobby, his best friend.
Yeah.
Bobby had to get a national title, so they kicked one the next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was our first. He had his in '88. So
all
anyway,
right,
but get out here. This tournament is phenomenal.
So best friend in the world here, getting me a ticket to the Masters on Saturday. How about that?
You've hooked me up quite a bit over the years.
Yeah,
so,
but
at least I
nobody's
could do.
keeping count. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That Timmy, that's a friend.
We'll have a good time.
I wouldn't know. I don't have any of those.
Gerber wouldn't do that for you. That's all
Nope.
I'm saying.
Sure wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't.
Thank God the blackjack's going good, or I might have to sell those tickets. We'll see how it goes as it gets closer.
Stay out
to
of the casino.
The tournament.
Between now and then, you just stay out.
It's
of
a lot
the
of money
casino.
for that ticket. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, partner. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, buddy.
Our on-course reporter, Scotty Fitz, right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. Any other comments we need to get to there, partner?
Danny Sledge just said, don't know if JP has seen this, but breaking Rays news, Taylor Walls is beginning the year on the IL with an oblique issue.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I just saw that Topkin just reported that Taylor Walls opened the season on the injured list due to a right oblique issue. Felt it on Tuesday. That's why Carson Williams is here today and seems like to be the opening day starter, but the Rays could still consider outside options. Come on. You got Ben Williamson.
Started with a P.
Okay, all right, easy there, guys. Easy there, guys. That's the off-camera stuff. We can't talk about. So Carson Williams or Ben Williamson will start as the shortstop. Ben Williams is having a hell of a spring, which that sometimes it translates, sometimes it doesn't. But it's a guy who's had some time in the big league, so I'm okay with that. I eventually would love to see a Williamson, Carson Williams duo at short and second. You talk about some pop. We need right-handed pop. Those two. I mean, Gavin Lux is a nice player, but left-handed, no pop. So I don't know if he's the future of the Rays, but whatever. I'll go with Williamson and Williams and let those guys find out. This will be a good year for them to learn how to play in the big leagues. I don't think anybody has any World Series aspirations for the Rays. Let these kids grow up and 29ers. They'll be the 29ers. Get ready for 29. I mean, we're not sitting back and saying we're not going to win till we move into the new stadium, hopefully. But I think this is a time where, clearly they're selling off bigger high-priced players and Brandon Lau and Josh Lowe and letting some young kids come in. And time for Jacob Melton went down, so he'll get some seasoning at AAA. We'll see what Fraley does. I think it's an interesting, especially if Williamson and Williams can add a little bit of right-handed pop. Man, this team's going to be really interesting. You start with Chandler Simpson, who hit 300 last year from both sides. At the top, he can steal you 70 bags. Yandy, former batting champion, one of the best hitters in the league. In the two-hole, Caminero, Aranda. Mullins has had a great spring. If he can return to form, that would be great. I mean, Sugar Shane has been fantastic in spring. The Taylor Walls injury notwithstanding, not that that's a major blow. It's been a good spring for the Rays, even though they haven't won a lot of ball games. I think it's been a good individually. We've seen some guys grow and do some things that hopefully they can carry over to the regular season. We're a week away, and I'm intrigued by this team. And to see what they can do. The AL East is going to be a beast. We know that. But I'm intrigued. Taylor Wall's getting injured. I mean, I don't think that kills the season. Let's just put it that way. This could be a better team with these other guys. So we shall see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
Not a big deal.
Nope. Any other news or anything else we got to get to?
John Hill was upset because the Valspar Championship website doesn't have the leaderboard on there. It's only got last year's money and standing. So, John, as you figured out, the leaderboard is on the PGA Tour website. That's where you should be going all of the time because they got this cool thing called TourCast.
Yeah.
You can follow along literally shot by shot via 3D graphics of any player you want that's out there. They've got 3D models of the holes, and you can follow along. That's where you should be. If you can't watch it on TV, you want to go to the PGA Tour website because they got tools over there. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's just more fun for me over there anyway.
Stop complaining and adjust. Come on now, bro. Toughen up. Iowa Stater, you Cyclone. Come on. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it for everybody.
All right. Well, we'll say thank you to all of our great sponsors that help us out here on the show all the time. Special thanks to Genesis of Tampa for giving me that GB70 for the day. We rode out here in style. Can't wait to make that my car for life. And if you're looking for a new car, Genesis of Tampa, head on out over there. All right, that'll do it. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate Tracy West stopping by, Rick Odioso, Scott Fitzgerald, all of our guests today for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity, and we're going to watch the USF Bulls kick some Louisville ass and watch some golf. So have a great day, everybody.
See ya.